Okay, so today we're going to talk about Valley Season 2, Episode 7, which hasn't aired yet because they're taking that mid-season stars break. And I'm here to tell you why I think Lil Murda's going to end up being a Harrison Ford-style fugitive for the rest of this season. But before I break it down for you, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Alright, so first of all, R.I.P. Big Teak. And we know as the viewer he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. And his suicide was a result of him suffering from a lot of mental health issues. But the police don't know none of that. Let me tell you what the police know. Is an up-and-coming rapper named Lil Murda who has connections to a strip club murder on a night called Murder Night. His tour just stopped because his road manager just died. And the last person Big Teak was seen alive with was you, and now he has a big hole in his head. Now let's break it down. Now the season 1 murder, we just gonna wave that off. It had nothing to do with it. It's just questionable. What isn't debatable is you are literally the last person everybody saw with Big Teak for the whole day. I mean, look how many people at this gas station. And you're standing on top of one of the most ostentatious vehicles you could find. And not only that, you took pictures. Now here's an interesting plot device that they just added out of nowhere. Let me remind everybody, writers, producers, and directors don't just put anything anywhere for no reason. There had to be a reason for them to write this, decide to put it in there, and film this scene. There's literally no other reason why they would put this in there other than the fact that they want to say and show that Lil Murda's fingerprints and DNA are also on this gun. Now, given the scope of things, some might say that this is just a suicide that took place in the middle of nowhere. But here's the problem with that. Murda doesn't close the car door when he leaves the scene of the crime, which makes him automatically a suspect. Police are gonna automatically know that somebody else was in the car when the gunshot took place. This doesn't mean that he did it. They're not even gonna automatically assume that he did do it. But he's definitely a suspect and a person of interest because he left the scene of the crime. And we know this because we never see him call the police. Well, first of all, his phone was dead. And the very next time we see him is at Uncle Clifford's house. So I'm assuming you walked here drenched in blood. Now, leaving this type of scene here is more than enough to detain you and arrest you. Did you do it? No. Can they prove that you didn't do it? Sure, but good luck with that when you got everything else stacked against you and your name is Lil Murda. And I'm sure once they bring him in, they're gonna want to talk about what happened to this guy too. Now, I brought all this up in a P-Valley chat group that I'm in, just as a joke, speculation or predictions. And they roasted my ass. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, I'll even take this video down if I'm wrong. But it's a good theory, I think. And even since then, I've watched the promo for episode 7. And it looks like he never left Clifford's house. And then they end up showing this right here, which looks like somebody's at the door that they're not expecting. Clifford's hand is up like, oh no, don't come in. But I don't know, man. It's just a theory prediction. And if y'all know me from my power videos, this is just what I do. If you got some theories or some comments that you want to leave, just feel free to drop them in the comment section below.